Good morning. I totally forgot I was doing this.
This continues directly from episode 1, train to Warsaw, hotel check-in, and the first real day of this trip. If you missed it, start there before watching this. Now in episode 2, I'm in Warsaw for my Entrepreneurs Organization Forum, showing how I structure my time as a CEO while scaling toward a $10 million business. Morning in the hotel, rewriting SEO articles in my own voice. Inputs over outputs, and what the EO Forum is and how founders actually use it. Between that, Warsaw on the move, work, walking, and the contrast of old and new architecture across the city. Let's go.
About to head to my EO forum group here. Stop tying my shoes. Entrepreneurs Organization. This chair is so squeaky. And it is, I think, the second biggest business networking group in the world. Maybe the biggest. You have to have at least $1 million in revenue and at least 10 employees. And you have to go through a pretty thorough vetting process. So I'm a member of the Poland chapter, obviously. And then within the group of Poland, where I think there's 75 members now, we have a small group which is called a forum. And EO really says it's not like founder entrepreneur therapy, but it kind of is, I would say. But basically, group, there's 6 of us in it right now. This is the only English-speaking one in Poland. And we meet every month. We talk about our problems. We have brainstorming sessions. There's a certain format you follow. But for example, today we are doing a book review on the book, The Psychology of Money. So we'll have topical questions about that. And then we have another discussion about, it's supposed to be why you are so focused on work as an entrepreneur and can't prioritize other things. So that's what I was doing last night with my friend, was coaching him through that topic. But it's evolved into something deeper, which I can't even really share it here on this video, to be honest. It's confidential. It's 50 degrees. What is it? 50 degrees, about 10 Celsius. I'm wearing shorts today. Probably going to be the only person in Warsaw in shorts. But I'm from California. And I hate wearing pants. I would like to not ever even own a pair of pants in my ideal world, but that's not possible here. So just thought you should know that. Hey, how's it feel out here? Oh, it's beautiful. How could you not wear shorts in a day like this? So what time is it? It is 9:20. Forum starts at 10, and it's about a 25-minute walk. According to Google Maps, I'm usually faster than that. So we got about 20 minutes. Meet up with the guys, have a coffee, and get rolling. I'll see you this afternoon. You'll notice it's really not that crowded out. I would say people always ask if the whole European working later and working less thing is true, and honestly it kind of is. I would say here probably most work days start around 10 and then end around 5 or 6. So they tend to work a little bit later. It's more 10 to 6 and 9 to 5. The big thing is also usually the days off and the vacation. People always complain, how is America so rich? They have so much more than us. It's because we work more. It's very common, even in Poland, between all the days off, all the holidays and everything, it's close to 40 to 45 days off per year. So, America, 2 weeks, that's 10 to 20 days with everything, with sick, with holidays, with vacation time. It's we're literally working 10 to 15% more than you. So that's why American companies make more and are more, people complain about this, right? And, it's people get all upset, but it's just the reality. If you work 10 or 15% more, you're going to have more money. You're going to be more wealthy. It's just how it is. Definitely the only one I've seen in shorts so far. Yep. I'm the only one insane enough to do it. It's not even cold though, to be honest. Well, construction guys start early. That's the one group that usually does start early here. It's a beautiful morning. The traffic is insane here though, for sure. Would not want to be dealing with that on a daily basis. Eastern European special, blocking the crosswalks. That's not even actually that bad. I've seen a lot worse than that. But that's definitely a thing here, is you do not stop it. You stop in crosswalks on a red light. You don't wait behind the intersection so that it clears before you go in. You go in, and if you happen to get stuck on a red, then everyone has to go around you. That is how it works here. This is what I always find so fascinating is, look at over here, all these beautiful new buildings, and then look at this gigantic communist monstrosity, and then they've got some modern ones behind it that kind of mimic it but are new and modern. I mean, you can see right there the full
glass, so you can't really see it because my camera skill sucks. But like, look at that, just and even this one is newer and the paint is good, but like, just look at this thing. It's just a big brick. And then of course, this one is beautiful in its own way, right? It's stunning, but it is very brutalistic. Look over here. Look at that thing. It's just a big blob of gray. Yeah, this is what you get out here. It's just a huge contrast, especially in Warsaw. Like just right here, what a contrast. Block, church, modern building. Yeah, just very interesting. Very interesting contrast. Still haven't seen anyone in shorts. We're gonna see if I manage to come across that. I mean, even if you just rewind to last night, like there were so many more people out. It's almost 9:30 in the morning, and this is the biggest central hub and artery in the whole city, and like it's pretty quiet out. There's some people, but yeah, here's another good example. Like look at that, is very much a old school Eastern European block apartment, and it's in between all of this. It's just quite a contrast here. A few years ago in the States, there were like a lot of people I noticed like wanting communism and socialists, kind of when Bernie Sanders was running. And I always offered, I said, anyone who wants communism, I will personally fly you out here and give you an apartment in one of these blocks. I will pay for it all, as long as you document the whole thing. And if you make it more than a month, then I'll admit I was wrong. And no one ever took me up on that offer. The funny thing is they're usually like reasonably nice inside. They've usually been renovated, but like, yeah, the outside is just it's rough for sure. So we are about to cross here out of the main Palace of Culture Center. So just kind of walking along the north side. It's worth noting too that like the suburbs are always different in these countries. Like, if you go to some of the like Wola or Mokotów out here, it's a very different vibe. It's much more residential. It's a lot calmer. Yeah, this is obviously right in the heart of the city. This is just becoming an architecture tour, but yeah, you just see some of these buildings. It's like, man, how many people do they fit in there? This is Rondo. It's a huge hub, so you can go down to the metro here and you can walk under. And as you can see, like, this is the intersection blocking here. There is a light there, but then some of these people are just sitting ducks here in the intersection, and like this is how it goes. So on the way back, I'll walk you down under. Usually I would just go under and not risk my life by crossing through here, but this is probably the more like, see, look right there. You got the people going straight, that silver Audi. You got these people blocking it. Oh yeah. Everyone's mad. Warsaw is kind of an exception because it was rebuilt after World War II, after those dudes Hitler and Stalin had their fun. So basically kind of rebuilt. So that's why you see just such a contrast. I mean, just, yeah, look at these blocks, and then over here you've got just all the high rises. So people ask, like, who lives here? I would say, a lot of probably young professionals who work in all of these and are grinding through their career path, probably live around here. And then obviously a lot of Airbnbs, a lot of temporary rentals. But I mean, obviously, in winter here, when it's freezing cold, there's not a lot of tourists coming Airbnb. Nice bike, dude. That sounds a great freewheeling sound. I love bikes. Avid cyclist. So anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, a lot of just younger professionals, I would wager, but there's also, you're just always surprised. Like, I would probably not want to live here, as I have a 3-year-old, and this would be a little too chaotic, but some people do it. And then it's Airbnbs, young professionals, but I would say like most families live out in quieter zones. And then eventually I'll make a video maybe of some of those, but they're a little bit more just calmer, not as many intersections. You'll have actual like neighborhoods of apartments, but this is a pretty common thing, is to have all these like stores underneath the apartments. Who knows it all. We got a Vietnamese restaurant, we have another restaurant, Turan, Apteka, that's a pharmacy, all sorts of stuff. People going to work, meeting on the bike. Here's a tram. Obviously there was the metro that I did not go through.
What is nice is just the walking, but I think America, everyone, all the Americans, they go on vacation and they say, oh, I lost like 10 pounds walking around Italy. It's like, well, yeah, you were walking 30,000 steps a day and probably not eating as much because you were busy walking, or maybe you were eating that much. But um, I would say it's pretty easy to get 10,000 steps a day, but it's not in winter. When it's cold and it's snowy and it's shitty out, like, you don't really have a huge desire to go outside and just walk. But yeah, if you have an office and you have like a 20-minute walk and you live in a building over here and you work over there, you get 15-20 minute walk, you go out for lunch, and it is kind of fairly easy to get your steps in, so to speak. But well, more so than in America where you have to drive everywhere. So that is one of the benefits to living out here. But it's got downsides, like good luck parking around here. Like it's a miserable experience parking anywhere in any city in Europe. Like, you want to drive to the grocery store, you are going to have to get out, pay, fight for a spot, find a ticket. It just never ends, and if you look, there's no parking spots. You aren't parking anywhere here. It just is what it is. And over here, there's a lot of these in Warsaw. This is called, I think, Fabryka Noblina. And, well, okay, I'm going to speak about something I actually don't know the truth about here, but I believe that they are, for the most part, refurbished industrial centers that they've gutted and made into like food halls and everything. So this one's really cool. There's like at least, I would say, 10 of them in Warsaw. So that's just again, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm a ignorant American who's just spouting nonsense that he isn't sure about, but I think that's what it is. So I think we're going to go to lunch there later, into one of them. So I'll try to get a few shots and show you. Here's where you just like, look at the streets all being torn up. I mean, this is where you get into it, and it's like, okay, you turn off the main streets and it's definitely not as nice in some areas. Okay, the day is done as far as the forum and work. I just finished meeting with my new operations manager, and now I need to go get my daughter the t-shirt I promised her, and maybe something for my wife, and then head to dinner and head back here. So had a good forum meeting with the guys. We talked about a lot of good stuff, went to some Chinese hot pot after, and just gonna kind of relax and enjoy the evening now. So I'll take you around. It's funny, when I go on these trips, I feel like sometimes I live in the same 5 blocks, so I'm trying to walk a different way. Gonna just go get my kid a shirt. Probably gonna just go to TK Maxx, which is, TJ Maxx, and I'm gonna kind of be a cheap ass here, basically. Usually I bought her something like from the souvenir shops, but I know exactly where this is. She wants something with a dolphin. I don't know if I'm gonna find something with a dolphin in Warsaw in March, but I'll see what I can find. And as you can see, basically just orbiting the big tower. Self-checkout does it all for you here. So just walking through park. It's 5:45. I mean, it's dark out. The camera makes it look a lot lighter than it is, and I mean, it's very nice. It's peaceful, it's quiet, it's totally safe. Like, people ask me all the time, like, is it safe out there? And I mean, yeah, it's the city I live, Wrocław, I think, is like a top 50 safest city in the world. Warsaw is probably top 100. I mean, it's totally fine from A to Z. Like, to illustrate it, I would have no issue with my wife and 3-year-old walking through here at the dark, even at 8 o'clock at night. It's totally fine. You probably wouldn't do that in Washington, D.C. or Seattle or Miami or many, many places in the States. Some monument where the flame never goes off. And they stand very straight and very still to guard it. And up there is the Raffles Hotel, which is maybe the nicest hotel in all of Poland. I was actually supposed to stay there on this trip, but then my wife couldn't make it with me, and I decided I was not going to splurge and stay in such a nice place if she couldn't make it with me. I kind of felt like that was something to experience together. So that's what that is, just a big open square here. You can, obviously it's a beautiful day. It's like 60 degrees out, so a lot of people still out doing stuff. And I am like halfway to Old Town now. Really not a lot going on here. Just a corgi hanging out. Yeah, this is not like the one in Warsaw at all. There's nothing going on here. I mean, there's lots of people out, but it's definitely not the central spot of the city. It's the central spot is, you know, by the Palace of Culture where we've been kind of hanging out for the last 24 hours. So I'm just gonna take a look around, loop back, and go find some dinner and head back to the hotel for the evening. And I mean, the reason I'm able to do this and take just a whole, I mean, today is Wednesday, take a whole Wednesday off is because I have the right people. You know, I'm still involved in sales and marketing at Hire UA, but I've got recruiters, account managers, I have new operations manager who, you know, they handle the day-to-day, so I can go and meet my forum and talk about bigger picture stuff and get better as a business owner and entrepreneur, and, you know, do a little work in the afternoon and take the evening and kind of wander around like this. So it's all possible because of hiring the right people and having the right systems and international talent in place. And we're just gonna head all the way south now, down out of Old Town Square to Nowy Świat, and just walk down the whole street. Kind of thinking I'm gonna go get the pizza again because I only had the one slice of the snack last night. So I think I'm gonna get pizza or maybe Georgian food. Maybe I'll sit down. I don't know if I really feel like sitting down. So I'm just gonna wander that way, check out the vibe, maybe have a non-alcoholic beer again and just see what I feel like. And then yeah, I'll probably be either sat down or already have eaten by 7 o'clock, and that's going to be it for the night for me. The dude trying to be a YouTube star like me, but he wishes he could be as famous as my whole 395 subscribers on this channel. It is popping out here tonight. Good morning. I got some work done this morning. I'm currently in the process of forgetting to record these videos as I'm on this trip, of course. But I am focused right now on the company on SEO articles. So what I mean by this is that we had a bunch of articles that I paid writers to write a few years ago, honestly, and most of them are just ChatGPT horrific bullshit because I lost control of the company in many ways and was not staying on top of things. So I am rewriting all of these in my voice with my expertise, because at this point, like, I have overseen, I mean, I've probably looked at 20 to, I don't know, maybe even 100,000 resumes now in the course of my career at this company, and overseen thousands of interviews, thousands of placements. So it's like I put in my 10,000 hours on this, and I'm trying to basically become the expert, so to speak. And really, it's like, you know, SEO was something I did many years ago. So for those of you who don't know, I ran a blog called This Is Trouble, which did over 1 million unique viewers in its heyday. And then I had a whole network of niche sites selling dating subscriptions and kind of supplements, supplements. So basically, I was ranking for terms like, you know, Ukrainian women, Serbian women, and I was like #1 on all of those key terms, and some of those sites were doing like 1,000 unique hits every day just from Google. So I know what I'm doing on that, even though it's been a few years. So basically, that is my input every day that I'm working on for the company. So I really like to do inputs over outputs, because in business, there's so many things that you simply cannot control. It's completely out of your control. So I'm always focused, trying at least, to always have the inputs, not the outputs, because you can't control. So always just be doing the work, whatever it is. So in this case, it's rewriting 1 SEO blog post per working day for me. So I woke up and I did all that. The article, the draft, is about 6,000 words, and I didn't have time to completely finish it with all the images and everything, but it's in a good enough spot where I can really feel like I accomplished something this morning. So basically, the articles are my input as a CEO, because I believe that we need to have enough of a presence on, especially on Google search, that drives enough inbound traffic and leads for us. That's how we're going to become a $10 million a year company. We're on the way there. We're not quite there yet, but that, I believe, is what is going to get us there. And as a CEO, I'm the only one, like, if you read some of these articles, I'm the only one in the world that can realistically write them, because I'm the only one that's had a blog that did 1 million readers a year, $1 million in revenue, that has looked at so many placements, one of the very few founders of an offshore staffing firm who actually lives where the talent comes from. So I'm in a very unique position to be able to write a lot of this. And, you know, my voice is pretty unique. Obviously, I've been doing direct response copywriting. You know, I was a big fan of Ben Sennell, was a subscriber to Email Players for like almost 10 years. And I'm the only one that can write it. So that's my input. That is what I think is going to help us get to that goal. And that is my thing I do every single day. So last morning here, I'm going to go find some sort of candy or chocolate for wife and mother-in-law. Maybe get a quick snack. Checkout is at noon, so I will walk over to the mall first and just eat there. That's the plan for today. Already got a workout in. Already went to the sauna. Forgot to record all of it, of course. Been trying to use my phone a lot less, and that's actually a good thing that I didn't bring my phone down to the gym and the sauna and everything. So anyways, yeah, let's go for a little walk.
Stopped into this pastry shop to pick something up for my wife and mother-in-law. Chocolates, candies, croissants, donuts, pretty much everything you can think of. Really nice spot. Everything looks fresh.
Off to the train station, walking here again. I feel like I've just been walking in a circle for the last 48 hours around here. Just gonna get some lunch and head to the train at 11:44. Gets me home at 3:17, something like that. Yeah, that's it. Just gonna get some work done. I forgot my laptop charger, so that might be a problem, but phones are pretty powerful these days, so I will do what I can. Also, MacBook Airs, man, I forgot the charger, and I've been using it since Tuesday afternoon. It's now Thursday midday, and it's still got like 40%. Actually, it'll probably get me all the way home. So they make quality stuff, man. I gotta say, like every Apple product I buy, I'm always impressed. I'm all here. Gonna just get some lunch, and here is my ride home. Walking up to the first class, which is way at the beginning. And have returned. I forgot to record anything. It was busy though.
In this episode, you saw how I structure my time in Warsaw, balancing work, SEO content, and key decisions. If you haven't watched episode 1, start there. It's the full trip from Wrocław to Warsaw and sets the context for everything here. Overall, great trip, good work, good conversations, and time to think. If you got value from this, like, comment, subscribe. More of these vlog videos are coming soon. Stay tuned.